Hello students, in this video lecture we will study about line codes. So line codes are also called as data formats. Okay, so it is the one and the same thing. You may call it as a line code or you may call it as a data format. It is going to be the same thing. So just seeing the introduction first. Basically line codes are used for conversion of digital data. That is, your digital data means it consists of what? It consists of zeros and ones, and these data will be converted to the digital signal. And what is digital signal? Digital signal is nothing but a data sequence. It consists of discrete values. And how do we get the discrete values? It is nothing but we get it from the process of sampling. We get it from the process of sampling. Okay, so this conversion is actually going to take place in line code. So just seeing the introductory part first, we will see what is line code. A line code is the code which is used for data transmission of digital signals over the transmission line, and the process of coding is chosen so as to avoid overlap. Okay, this is important thing, to avoid overlap and distortion of signals. And one type of distortion mentioned here is inter-symbol interference. Okay, inter-symbol interference means identity of the symbols is getting changed. Okay, the different line codes have different attributes. Different line codes have different attribute means each and every type of line code is going to have its own characteristics. Okay, it is going to have its own characteristics, and the best code has to be selected for a given application and depending on the channel condition. So whenever we use any type of line code, it is very essential to know what is the condition of your channel and what is the type of application where you are using this particular type of line code. Coming to the next point, basically here line coding is the procedure which is used to convert an incoming bit stream to symbols which are then sent as pulses on the channel. And the line coding techniques affect the properties of transmitted signal. So as the line code is going to be affected by its transmitted signals, we have to study the properties of line codes. So coming to the properties of line codes, first property is DC component. So what is meant by DC component? So see, many of the channels cannot pass DC signal. Many of the channels cannot pass DC signal. And what is the frequency of DC signal? We know it is 0 Hertz. DC signal never has a frequency. So we can say that it is equal to 0 Hertz. So whenever you select a channel, it should be in a proper condition that it can cope with this DC components. Then second property is transmission bandwidth. Okay, as coding is done to make more bits transmission on a single channel, bandwidth is basically reduced. Okay, bandwidth is basically reduced. So here transmission bandwidth is reduced. Then power efficiency, and for given bandwidth power is used efficiently. That's why the next property will be the power efficiency. Error detection and correction capability. Error detection and correction capability means if during the transmission process, whenever if your identity of the bits is changed, that is if you want to transmit 0 and it is being changed to 1, it means identity of this bit has been changed to 1. This is nothing but error. So when this error occurs, we should be able to correct this error. So this capability is important as far as the line codes are concerned. And the next property is adequate timing content for self synchronization. Okay, so there should be sufficient information in the transitions of signals and the zero crossing to permit symbol timing clock generation. So basically synchronization is very much important. So all these are some of the important properties of line codes which we should know. Okay, so there are different types of line codes which are available for transmission. So I'll just list them out. So here you can see the line coding schemes. First type is unipolar RZ. RZ stands for return to 0. Okay, return to 0. Then unipolar NRZ stands for non-return to 0. It is non-return to 0. The next type is polar RZ. Again, RZ stands for return to 0. Next is polar NRZ, that is non-return to 0. Fifth type of scheme is bipolar NRZ, and you may also call it as alternate mark inversion, or you may have an abbreviation as AMI. And the last type of the scheme is split phase Manchester. So these are some of the schemes how you're going to represent your data. So one by one we will just see the data formats and how the spectra will be. Okay, so the first type is unipolar RZ, that is return to 0. I already told you the full form for RZ is return to 0. So unipolar RZ. So here our data is in form of 1 and zeros. Okay, so how we have to represent this data? So here I have drawn one data consisting of 1 and 0. Okay, so I'll call it as data. The duration for 1 is TB, and again for 0 it is TB. It means your data is transmitted for this duration, that is TB. Okay, so as our data is 1 and 0, how we will represent this 1 and 0 by using this unipolar RZ that we are going to see. So